Welcome back, my legends, and today I'm going to explain who I think Big Sister's identity really is. Now, if you've been watching my videos or been watching my Apex conspiracy board, you will know that I have a suspicion that Mila Alexander is Big Sister. Now, I've been waiting to make this video since season 6, but unfortunately Respawn kinda forgot about Big Sister and haven't mentioned her since season 10, and it looks like finally season 11 she's going to play a big part in the story of Apex Legends. And so in order to understand my theory, you first have to understand the mysterious circumstances in which Mila Alexander was kidnapped and escaped. And so what happened is that later on in season 5, we hear these audio clips of Mila Alexander telling us that she escaped from the syndicate because she overrided the security system, and so she got away. Or did she really get away? Here's the thing, Crypto was having major doubts that this was Mila Alexander, and after doing a voice recognition and getting a 96% match rate, Crypto still didn't seem like he could believe this was Mila. And when Stepbro's having doubts, that means that there's something wrong with Mila's story. Now, the weird part of Mila's story is that Mila claimed that she somehow got into their security archive because of a backdoor, and she knows that everybody's working for one person, which we know is QW, but Mila claims that she doesn't know who it is. But how is that possible if everybody in the syndicate know the boss's last name is Willis? How did she not find anything about his name? Crypto, before he joined the games, knew the man that ruined his life his initial started with QW. And so what that tells me is that Mila has made zero contact with Crypto or Mystic in the last 2 to 3 years, which is so weird because Mila claims that she's laying low, but not contacting your family in 2 to 3 years, even though Crypto fled the planet Gia so he wouldn't get arrested, and still kept in contact with his foster mom Mystic by sending her cryptic letters letting her know what his plan was to join the games and how he was doing. And so for Mila not to do the same thing and still be in the planet makes no sense. What has she been up to in the last 2 to 3 years? Why hasn't she contacted her family in all this time? Well, this all makes sense if Mila Alexander is Big Sister. You see, just in how Taejun Park and Alexander Knox had to hide their identities via Caustic and Crypto, I have a feeling that Mila hid her identity in this persona of Big Sister. Now, for the people who are going to say, what evidence do we got that this could be Mila Alexander? Well, other than the weak evidence that, you know, they both have red hair, what I'm trying to get at is that Big Sister does something that's very interesting. In Rampart Cinematic, we can see that she sends out a modified stalker with 2 Spitfires. And so what this tells me is that either Big Sister hacked into the stalker and modified it, or somebody gave her this stalker and then she modified it with the 2 Spitfire. Regardless of what happened, she was able to modify the stalker, which means she has some kind of background engineer, which just so happens that Mila Alexander knows a thing or two about engineering because she helped build drones to broadcast the Apex games throughout the Outland. So her modifying this stalker, I don't think it'll be too much of a problem for her. And so the next thing that I noticed that's very interesting comes from the concept artist. You see, Big Sister's crew has some kind of interesting people in it. One of them being Francis, which is the blue hair girl, and another guy named Dukes, which I'm pretty sure he's going to be related to Revenant, but that's a video for another day, and 3 more members that are called Syndicate 1, 2, and 3. Now, why is this very interesting? Well, because remember, Mila was captured by the Syndicate, as we see right here in the cinematic that the Syndicate forces capture her, and so it just so happens that Big Sister has Syndicate members in her crew. Big Sister can modify or hack stalkers. Big Sister's crew is described by Rampart's parents as low-rank crooks, and Rampart even describes them as wannabe French world people. So what that tells me is that Big Sister's crew is inexperienced and it sounds like they're brand new. And so with the pieces that we have a redheaded girl that has connections with the Syndicate that can either modify or hack a stalker that recently formed a new gangster group and is from the planet Gia. That's right, Mila Alexander. Mila's from the planet Gia. Mila has red hair. Mila can modify or hack a stalker. Mila was captured by the Syndicate and claimed that she escaped, even though she has made zero contact with her family for 2 years. And Mila being the youngest in the family of these 4, it makes sense that she got her brand new start and named herself Big Sister. Everything just points towards Mila. If it's not her, I'll be shocked and surprised. But yeah, my legends, let me know what you think and I'll see you next time. Peace.
So long ago, that your hands disappear, I'll still find place where you